Welcome to the Retro Graveyard, the show where each week we take a different piece of old, discontinued video game hardware back from the grave to give it a retrospective. And this week, we're going to be taking a look at Nintendo's answer to the Tamagatchi. This thing. This is the Pokemon Pikachu 2 GS. It was released in America in October of 2000 for about 20 bucks. It's called the Pocket Pikachu Color in Japan, which I think is a much less stupid name. It looks like a miniature Game Boy, but in reality, it's a virtual pet, much like a Tamagatchi, which were all the rage when this thing came out. The difference is, it's Pokemon branded, so kids must have went apeshit for it. But unlike a Tamagatchi, you don't actually have to take care of anything. Pikachu just sort of hangs out and plays through various animations occasionally. You can't kill him like you can a Tamagotchi pet, you just piss him off by neglecting him. Instead, Nintendo put a pedometer or a step counter in the thing. For every 20 steps you take, Pikachu gains a watt, which is sort of like the game's currency. But let's be honest, no kid was actually going to walk around to gain watts, you just shake the thing, which led to this creepy commercial being made.
Shake things up with Pokemon Pikachu 2. The more you shake it, the more Pikachu will do for you.
Get me down!
Trade watts and shake it up with friends. Pokemon Pikachu 2.
Anyway, you can give the watts to Pikachu to make him like you more. There's also a simple gambling game built in, another way to earn watts. It requires 5 watts to play a hand, which goes into a pool. Pikachu holds up 2 cards and only lets you see what one of them is. You have to guess if the hidden card is going to be higher or lower. And that is the closest thing to gameplay you will find on this device. But what else can you do with watts? Well, you see, the Pokemon Pikachu 2 GS had an infrared port at the top, just like its big brother, the Game Boy Color. This enables you to transfer your watts to another Pikachu system, or to your copy of Pokemon Gold, Silver, or Crystal. Once you get to a certain point of the game, the mystery gift menu is revealed on the main screen, and you can choose to transfer watts from your Pikachu to your Pokemon game in exchange for a random item. There really isn't a whole lot to this thing. It does keep track of your steps, broken down day by day for the past week, so that's pretty cool. It also has a built-in alarm clock, which actually lets you compose your own little tune, which I was surprised to see. This is actually the second version of the Pokemon Pikachu. There was one released in 1998 that had a black and white screen and no IR port, so there's no connectivity at all. It must have still done pretty well to warrant Nintendo making a sequel to it. Yeah, this thing's pretty weird, even for the time. There's no way Nintendo would make something like this in the modern day, you know, in the age of smartphones and tablets and what have you. Or would they? Yep, a decade later, Nintendo returned to this exact concept and bundled the Pokewalker with the release of Pokemon for the Nintendo DS. Just like its predecessors, it counts your steps and gives you a watt for every 20 steps you take. It's got an IR port and a monochrome screen this time around. The DS doesn't have an infrared port though, so Nintendo came up with an interesting solution. They put one in the cartridge itself. Instead of being stuck with a Pikachu, you can choose to take whatever monster you want out of your in-game party on a stroll, which gives them experience that translates back to the main game. There's actually some surprisingly deep gameplay on this device. There's multiple routes to take your guy on, each with different items and monsters to come across. There's full-on battle sequences, and you can catch the Pokemon you encounter and transfer them back to your game. At least there's some actually practical functionality here. There's no gambling on this one though, I guess that doesn't fly with kids' toys nowadays. Instead of the Pokewalker having a ball inside to count your steps, it has an accelerometer, just like your smartphone, so you don't feel anything inside physically moving. Apparently it's a good one too. Ohio State University did a study on pedometers, and concluded that the Pokewalker is one of the most accurate ever made. So that about does it for these standalone Pokemon things. If you had one of these, be sure to let me know what you thought of it. And if you liked this video, be sure to check out our other videos and subscribe. Thanks for watching.